Senator Inhofe, you just arrived at the right moment. We was
Well,
about
good.
to call on you. Senator is managing with Senator Levin an armed services bill on the floor, so we're just so happy to have you here. You've been such a great partner to all of us in infrastructure. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Let me kind of share a thought or two. I have a little bit of a conflict in that I am the ranking member on armed services, and we're finally getting around to doing something on that. But when I look at Chairman Boxer, and I think that, I probably have been considered the most conservative member for maybe more than any other member has in the Senate. And Barbara has been on the other end of the spectrum. And so when she and I get together on something, people say, there must be something good about it. because we agree, we disagree on a lot of things, but we agree on this. And I want to tell you how proud I am of the House members when we had our transportation reauthorization bill. And the same arguments are here on the WRDA bill. At that time, there were a lot of conservatives that were objecting to it over on the Senate side, when clearly the conservative position was not just for the reforms that were in the transportation reauthorization bill, but also for all of the fact that if we didn't do it, we'd be continuing on extensions. So the conservative position was to pass this thing, and I went over and visited with the Republicans in the House. Every one of them, I say to my friend Jimmy Duncan, every one of them voted for it. Every single one of them, all 33. Well, I look for the same thing here. If we don't do it, if we don't take care of these things, whether it's transportation reauthorization or the WRDA bill, then it goes back to the administration. We all took an oath, those of us in the House and the Senate both, and we to uphold our constitutional responsibility. And it's very clear that this is what we're supposed to be doing. Now, this marks my 8th WRDA bill. And so we had some back in the House days, and I enjoyed with my friends that were there at that time. But I can remember in 2007, I was the ranking member of the Environment and Public Works Committee, and I helped lead and probably provided more leadership in overriding President Bush's veto than anyone else, because I was least expected coming from me. And yet I did it for the very reasons that we're here today. We are in a better position. And the last thing I want to mention, I wish the word earmark had never come up, because if you would just define earmark as an appropriation that has not been authorized, I'd say, yeah, that ought to be something we talk about. But in reality, if you do it the way that they have talked about it before, all we're doing is ceding our constitutional responsibility to the administration. Mm-hmm. So we don't want that to happen. We're going to have a very healthy bill. We all have things. I have things in here that are not earmarks in any stretch of the imagination, but things that I'm more aware of because they're taking. How many people around this table know that Oklahoma is navigable, that we have a navigation way that comes all the way to Catoosa, Oklahoma? Not very many people do. And so that may be our best kept secret, but it's also something that we need to work on, and we can do it. We have a huge, I'm going from here over to the Code Talkers. We have the second largest, second only to California, Native American population. Yeah. We have our Cherokee Nation right now that has projects in here where they're really performing. So I'm very proud to do the work here and whatever is assigned to me on the WRDA bill, and we're going to try to make this a reality, and we'll all benefit from it.
Well, Senator, you're an absolutely key partner, as everyone is around this table. Each of us can help make this happen or hurt the bill. And I just think we're going to make it happen. I just have a feeling. So now we're going to turn to Representative